What's up, YouTube? How's everybody's day going? So, what I'm gonna be talking about today is should you get tints on your car? So right now, there's a couple things. Pretty much, what I want to start off is that there's a couple things you have to consider when getting tints. One, your visibility. You know, I mean, everybody wants to get 5% so nobody can see inside the car and everything, but like, it's a hazard, you know. And two, the legality of it. You know, you got to think, if you do get tints, are you going to be 24/7 on the lookout? You know, try to avoid cops. You don't want to get pulled over for tints. You don't want to do this. You want to do that. So that's another thing. And then the third thing that nobody really talks about, which I'm going to get later in the video, I mean, you'll see when we get there. But I feel like it's still really, really important. Nobody talks about it. But yeah. Oh yeah, I also forgot to mention that I'm going now to get my front windshield done. So yeah, I'm about to do, I think 20 or 30% on the front too. I'm pretty sure I'm gonna do 30 because I got 15s all around, and it's gonna be hella dark. Even though I have whatever, it's gonna be dark, and we're gonna get to that later in the video. So what I wanted to talk about was the tinted windows. So obviously, you gotta see the tinted windows. I'm talking about visibility. You gotta be able to see like out your windows, bro. Like, yeah, it's daytime. I can see clear as day out these tints. They're ceramic tints. What you pretty much gotta understand is that what you're looking at now is gonna be totally different when it's nighttime outside. And when it's nighttime outside, you gotta think about the area you're living at. Is it really illuminated? Do you have a lot of street lights? Are you in like the rural part of wherever you live? Are you in the sticks? Are you in the boonies? You're out in the country? Because usually over there, you guys don't have street lights. So just be honest. Maybe you do, depending on where you live. I don't know. I don't know where you guys live, but for the most part, man, like, that shit's dark. And yeah, so another thing, I guess, like, you just have to evaluate pretty much where you're at. Because if in my opinion, because obviously everybody's eyes are different. In my opinion, like, I can see out these tents when it's daytime, and at nighttime too if there's proper lighting. Like, you're in the city, there's a bunch of lights and everything. Like, it'll be like I can see clear as day. The only time it gets a little difficult is during the nighttime around rural areas with not that much street lighting, and everybody's gonna, you know, you're bound to go to an area like that. I mean, I'm not saying it's 100% gonna happen, but for the most part, yeah, it's a given. You're gonna drive somewhere and there's not gonna be lights, you know, through woods or through something or through whatever. So if you're gonna stick to mostly rural parts, I mean, I feel like that's something you gotta consider, and you gotta think, okay, well, if I want to get 5% tints, and you know, I drive around at night a lot, and it's gonna be, you know, in a rural area with not that much lighting, that's something you got to consider, and you got to think about to yourself. Like, that's the whole hazard, you know. If you can see out of 5% tints at night, which I really, 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 really doubt. I've never met anybody who can. If you got like night vision eyes, like, I almost cursed. If you got night vision eyes, bro, that's good for you. If not, I mean, I go against you. You gotta go a little bit lighter. As much as I love 5% tints, and I want 5% tints too, it's just, that's the reality of it, bro. So another thing you got to consider is the legality aspect. So aside from being able to see at night, you got to think about cops. I know Virginia, they have a no stop law enacted for exhaust and for windshield tints, and I think front windshield tint as well. I don't know, maybe I'm wrong. This fucking bus, bro. Oh, never mind, he's turning. I thought he was about to go here. But I hope my exhaust isn't too loud, like, to the point where it gets annoying in the video. So yeah, so you got to think about, I mean, do you really want to go through the hassle of, if you have illegal tints, you want to go through the hassle of, oh, there's a cop there, and I'm not going to, you know, go to wherever my destination is. Let's say it's 7-Eleven, and there's a cop parked at the 7-Eleven. Now you got to go find a different 7-Eleven, you know what I mean? So, like, that's also, like, something you got to consider and stuff. So do you want to go through all that bullshit depending on where you live? I mean, some people, they don't care. Some people think it's all right. Some people, you know, don't want to deal with that. That's just the reality of things, something you have to consider. But like I said, you might live in a place where it's not like California, where you don't get stopped for all these things, and I don't know where else you get stopped for tints or whatnot. But Virginia's pretty lenient on it. I mean, just don't do. So the thing about Virginia is, like, yeah, it's a no-stop law. They won't stop you for tints. But imagine I'm speeding, and the cop is having a bad day, or maybe I was speeding and doing reckless stuff, and he wants to, like, you know, like, give me a message in a sense. He's gonna stop me. He's gonna cite me for speeding, reckless driving, and he's gonna get me for my tints, and he's gonna get me for my exhaust, and he's gonna get me for, you know what I mean? So even though you can be stopped for it, they might go out of their way to be like, oh, you did a improper lane change, or you didn't come to a full stop, and then they'll cite you for tints, cite you for this, cite you for that. So it's a put together. Me personally, nobody's ever done it to me, because I mean, cops here are pretty lenient, thank God. But yeah, that's something else you have to consider too. So another thing that people don't really talk about when you have tints, this is the most important thing in my opinion. Do you have proper headlights? If you don't have proper headlights, do not get tints. For instance, I had a 2017 SXT Charger, and bro, stock, like, I'm telling you, those headlights were horrendous. Like, they were yellow headlights. They weren't even like the bright white ones. Yellow headlights are better for people who don't know. Yellow headlights are better for when you're driving in the rain. So if you live in an area where there's a lot of rain, a lot of whatever, it's better to drive with yellow headlights, because it's, I don't know, you can see it more on the street or something. At least that's what I was told, and that's what I know. Maybe it's wrong, I don't know. And then white headlights are better for when you're driving at night and it's just dark out and it's a clear day and whatever. But it's gonna show you more, obviously, more of what you're looking at. More of the streets in front of you is gonna be covered, or gonna be more illuminated. So that's something you have to really think about. And if you do get tints, let's say you're in my position, the Dodge Charger, right? You have horrible headlight tints, and you have horrible headlights, and you want to get window tints, right? So something you have to pretty much realize is that if you do get those tints, it will be a good idea to replace your headlights. You can go to AutoZone, you can go to Amazon, you can go to eBay, you can get xenon lights, or I don't know what they have. I'm pretty sure it's xenon or LED headlights, and then just figure out something that's gonna work for your vehicle. So for when you get tints, you actually be able to see out of them. Yeah, that's if you're not getting a windshield tint, in my opinion. It's still good to, you know, have something that's properly illuminated and whatnot. Even if you do decide to get a front windshield tint, then I feel like that's something you really, really have to consider, you know. So that's my take on that part. And then we have the age-long question about ceramic tints versus carbon tints. Me personally, I have ceramics all around. I'm getting the front ceramic tint on my windshield right now. That's what we're going to. And yeah, so people say, you know, ceramic and carbon's the same thing, and you know, there's no difference between ceramic and carbon. It's just the quality of, or just the fact that one has heat rejection, the other one doesn't. In my opinion, if you're gonna go for a carbon tint, generally, if you're gonna buy a film, if you're going to a tint shop that has low quality film, and they're gonna do like all windows for $99, like they do in Maryland, they're probably gonna use low quality carbon film, and that's not something you want, right? So I mean, if you're getting a 3M carbon film, which a 3M is a well-known tint company or whatever, I feel like they might have good carbon tints. So, but in my opinion, they're still a different hue. So carbon tints, they generally have a bluish hue to them. You can see mine is like it's like a dark, it's like if you put a black film, like a black filter over what you're looking out through the window. So it's kind of like darkish, blackish. It's not bluish. That's what I like about my tints. My tints are not blue whatsoever. You know how you sometimes have that bluish purple haze when in carbon tints and shit like that? Nice. I can't even touch my hazards. Fucking BMW wants to lock up my seatbelt. This fucking idiot almost hit me too. But yeah, and then nice. That's sick. Oh, look at all that traffic. I don't know why it flashes like that on camera all the time. I know it has to do with the frame rate and everything, and that this light's flashing constantly and whatever. It's not a scientific video. I mean, it kind of is, because we're talking about tints. I'm talking about, no, it's not. Alright. So, I mean, while I'm in traffic, yeah, that's something else you have to consider. Do you want to get ceramic or carbons? Yes, ceramics are a little bit expensive. And if you want to get carbons, I mean, I guess they're kind of cheaper now. It just depends. Really, it doesn't really matter. I still feel some heat getting through these windows, but not as much as the front windshield. So, like, yeah, like, I don't really feel, I feel a little bit, like, it feels a little bit cooler over here as compared to right here. But, my opinion, it's always better to get ceramics. You know, you're only going to get tints one time. It's not a yearly thing. It's not a monthly thing. And, yeah, I mean, that's just something to consider. And I feel like, for the most part, that's everything. I mean, that's everything I was thinking about in regards to tint and what there is to pretty much consider before getting tints. I mean, if I do remember anything else before I get to the tint shop, because I'm going to show you guys when I get to the tint shop before and after of the tints. But yeah. All right, I mean, I'll see you guys soon. So don't mind the car, it's a little bit dirty, but I'm here at the guy's crib. We're gonna go ahead and take care of everything. I mean, you can see, you can pretty much see. There's a Lamborghini that passed by. You can't really see in that much, but for the most part, I mean, it's pretty dark. I mean, this is in direct sunlight, you gotta remember. But I don't know, man. I don't know, it's just that the main reason you can see in mostly is because the front windshield isn't tinted, and then I do have peanut butter seats, so you can see you can see the difference right here. So this is what it looks like with no tints, and this is what it looks like with tints. So you can see it's significantly darker. So if this sort of film was applied to here, it's gonna be pretty dark. I mean, that's what I want. I just want shadows on the car. Just some people can't be able to see my face or to see me or whatever. So this is the finished car, and then you can see it's already looking good. Everybody, so I just got done. You could tell before this wasn't as dark on the windshield. I mean, so far I like it though. I mean, so I got ceramic. I ended up getting 35 because he didn't have 30. So yeah, I just gotta wait for this to dry up, and then tomorrow I have a detailing appointment. I'm gonna get my car detailed. Damn, I can't talk. Yeah, that's pretty much it. And then I'm gonna show you guys what it looks like at night from the interior and the exterior, and then that should pretty much be it. Wrap up the video. My fault. This is actually the next day. I just got my car detailed, and I'm sorry if it's a little bit loud. I'm in the parking garage, my complex, and there's like fans and stuff. But this is what the car is looking like. Final result. This is what the tint looks like on the inside. You can't really see anything inside. You can sort of, but I mean, it's the middle of the night. You're not really seeing anything. I think I paid like $380 for this. They went ahead and steamed, clay barred, wax, polished the whole car. And even my interior, they steam cleaned the interior too. You see right here? They steam clean everything, and like the color of my seats pop out more than they used to. So that's really good. But that's gonna wrap up this video. We'll see y'all in the next one. Thank you for watching.